Well, we had a sunshine warning today because it was the first time we saw it in a couple weeks, but it is going away as soon as it arrived. All that clear weather being replaced by the cloud cover you can see continuing to stream in closer towards us, but right back under those clouds like we've seen for the past couple weeks, most days more often than not. So turning cloudy tonight, the weather does go pretty calm, so we don't have to worry about the wind chill too much in the morning, but it is a bit on the chilly end, low 20s coming for the overnight low. And then throughout the day tomorrow, we do warm up a little bit more over today, expecting the middle to upper 30s despite all of that cloud cover. Wind chill remains in the 20s, like we typically see for this time of year, though our temperatures are just a touch above average. So yes, we've got the clouds, but the slightly milder weather doesn't go away just yet. So as you can see, we are tracking the return of the cloud cover into Friday, but the weather does stay dry. Once we get into the weekend, however, there will be these hit or miss flurries or periods of light snow showers, 1 inch or less coming for any kind of accumulation. May get some slushy spots every so often, but this is going to be very typical of the winter weather we've seen so far this season, where we do get a little snow, but it starts to melt right away or is really not accumulating all that much. Different story by the time we get to early next week. Still keeping an eye on a potential storm coming through the region. So snow and wind are possible, but it's way too early to actually pinpoint any kind of totals just yet. And the reason why, the models are still wiggling all over the place. So we're still about 5 days out. This is pretty typical to have some big shifts in the weather. You can see yesterday, a lot of the models had a lot of that heavy snowfall over us. Today, at times, they were all moving southwards, almost out of our hair, but are starting to see some trends back north again. So again, this is pretty typical to have that storm track kind of wiggling around a lot when we're several days out. As we get closer and closer to the storm, that storm path kind of tightens up, that forecast tightens up, and as a result, we're able to give out those snow totals. But you have to stay kind of patient with that potential storm into early next week when it comes to any specifics just yet. Temperature-wise, not changing much. We're back to the middle to upper 30s for several days in a row. As you can see, those light chances for snow over the weekend. Quiet on Monday, keeping an eye on Tuesday for a potential storm, as well as next Thursday. That could bring additional snow showers to our backyard. So getting into a bit of an active stretch next week. In your most accurate 10-day forecast, once the activity shuts down, it could be cold. We have not had many bitterly cold days yet this winter. That could change by next weekend. Look, that's Sunday, 17 for a high temperature. Don't have to worry about that just yet. We were right around freezing today and right around the bullseye, so cash total approaching 200, hoping to get there or at least close to that tomorrow.